Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I want some coffee. Do you want some coffee? I want some coffee, coffee, coffee. Oh, the mic's hot. Hot mic. Hey everybody, thank you for coming in. Do I have anybody? We'll see. Getting some heads painted. Okay. For the slim brim. These are the underspans that we have on our website. Right now I'm doing the slim brim. We are getting ready to get stormed on again. You guys can see that. I put a shrink tubing on here to help protect the eyes. Oh, we got thunder coming down, so we may have a disruption on our live stream today. There you go. That's our underspan. That's the slim brim right there, guys. We got 11 people in here. You may hear some boom, boom, booms with the lightning and thunder. Here it is again. That's for the slim brim jig. So what I do here is I'm taking, and this is 16th ounce shrink tubing, and I'm putting it on both sides here. It's very important to protect the swivel on here because you know when you're selling these, you want these to be as clean as possible. And so you got the shrink tubing on there. I dip it in the powder coat with the swivel on the top, and then I still do an overcoat on the disco colors. And then I pull this off. There we go. That's the underspin right there. We do in our 16th and 1/8 ounce. They do come in a 2-pack. And then the 1/4 ounce, they come in a 1-pack. The slim brim is a really pretty color. It's basically olive red. It has a little bit of black in there. If you get the ones without eyes, they're with the red head. So that's a 16th right there. Hey there, Doc Thomas. Message retracted. I didn't even see it. It's chilly, 34, central Minnesota. Oh my, that's pretty cold. We're like 60 degrees or somewhere like that here. About 60 degrees, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Weather was pretty nice here. It's nice and cool, but it's a little humid, I guess. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms in all throughout the day. Then they're supposed to pick up and get really heavy around 2 o'clock. Hey there, Nimby, how you doing there? I've been watching some of your live streams too. Okay, we're going to do 2 more of these because we are out of the slim brim on the underspins. So this is a really pretty lure here. These will get red eyes on them. We did add unpainted jig heads on the website. Just about freezing today. Oh, wow. Yeah, poor little flowers. Yep. Hey there, David. Good morning. Hey there, Deborah. Good morning. Thanks for dropping in. Always cool to see you. Oh, well, thank you. I'm getting to see what you guys do on your live streams, which is pretty cool. Yep. Getting to see a lot of what you guys do. Did you go look at my video? Where at? Roth Outdoors. We got Woody in here sharing out the link. There's Mr. Woody. We got some storms coming in, don't we, Mr. Woody? Thank you. I am not going to do a live. Oh, you're not? Oh, why not, Deborah? I am doing good this morning. I got somewhat good sleep. We've been giving away our kittens. We have 1 kitten left. I feel so bad for the mama cat. She's been looking for her kittens. She's been looking for her babies. Y'all, you're good with that. No, you don't. Not everybody that has an account needs to go live. And not everybody that has an account should go live. Have you seen some of these people's live streams? They're kind of way out there. Yeah, she's been looking for her kittens and you know, we just don't have. We got a lady about a block or 2 away from us here. She has about 100 cats. We don't want to be that family. We do not want to be that family. We don't want to have a lot of cats. I'm happy. We had 2 cats at one time. I can't remember the little gray cat that we had. She was cute. She's small. She passed away probably about a year or so ago. And then Sylvester passed away. And he was a good cat. He was a good cat for catching mice. He passed away a couple of weeks ago. And the autopsy said they had no clue. No, we didn't do an autopsy on our cat. Let's see. They look bad at this time. Yeah. We got storms coming in today, man. Okay, we're gonna do the. Let's go down here. I'm gonna take focus off the heat gun right now, and so I have two paints, black and white. So I'm going to dip it first in the black. Oh, and then I'm going to sprinkle some white on there. Ooh, what happened there? Got a little clog going on here. This may be the end of this dropper. Got a little clog going on. Oh, this is no good. Let's see, do I have something here? Do I have another white? Okay, we're going to throw this dude away. That's the first time I ever had one clogged up on me like that. There we go. That is black and white right there. I appreciate everybody. Now, we did put unpainted jig heads. They are on the website now. Oh, I got something down there. Is it a hook? Something down there. We'll find out one day. Yeah, we did put our 1/64, 32nds, and 16ths on the website. We're going to be putting up, now they are Eagle Claw Aberdeen hooks. So we're going to be putting on our Mustad hooks here pretty soon. And we're going to be putting on Aberdeen hooks and sickle hooks. We'll be selling those for people that want to make lures. And then we did put our Moneymaker underspin, the flow spin Moneymaker. That is on the website now. I've been handling our website, putting stuff up. And I don't know if John's in here. Are you in here, John? John may be out. He may be out working right now. Or fishing. He may be fishing. He pointed out something to me, and I figured out how to fix it. On the Thunderbird underspins, the 16th ounce was it just said regular on there. So I fixed that too. Again, these are underspins. They're not going to go that fast. They're not going that fast as far as painting them. Man, if you guys were with us yesterday, we lost our electricity for a brief moment. I have a feeling the storms that are coming in today are going to be a little more harsh, more harsh than the ones we had yesterday. We've been having the winds are going different. They were coming from the south, and then yesterday they came from the north. Today they're coming from the south, and I think that upper air is going to make for some harsh weather today. So keep us in prayers. We don't want any tornadoes. No tornadoes. Pray for the people in Missouri, in Kentucky, Kansas. And that's what I do with the shrink tubing. I put it on there. It goes on there kind of tight and snug. Now, when you're doing these at home and you start doing them, you're going to have some mess ups. You know, you're going to mess up and get paint all over the swivel a couple times. I still mess up every so often. There we go. We've been selling a lot of the Mad Shad underspins. That's what this one is here. And I am so fortunate that we were able to get our variegated chenille again from our main source. I had a guy making me variegated chenille, and he did okay. And he makes some of our other chenilles, and man, they look really good. I'm trying to get our cotton candy chenille in so that we can start selling that. And again, that's what we have right there. Hey there, Burke. How are you doing? So we do have a big jig sale going. If you use the code JIG20, you can save 20% on our lures. And you can even save 20% on the lures that we have on sale already. We have some lures that are $4.99 a pack. And you can get that same pack for $3.99 if you use the code. So I got one oddball one here. I'm going to go ahead and tube up another one here. That's how I airbrush it with these little tubes. We do have an airbrush for powder coating, and it does okay. For these little bitty lures, you know, it doesn't make any sense to bring it out and to put a little dab on there. Okay, I'm going to zoom the camera in just a bit here, and I'm going to put some tubes on. So here we go. We're going to go down. Uh-oh. Got too far down. Okay, here we go. These are already cleaned off. So you're going to see me put these little tubes here. And these are big. Were part of a bigger, you know, when you order this from Amazon or eBay or somewhere, they come in a big roll. You can get the smaller roll, but I always get I think it's like a 100 yards or something like that. You snug that dude on there like that. This one's easy, so I'll pick a shorter piece. I got longer and shorter pieces in here, so. Uh-oh. And that's all it takes. Now, when I dip them into the powder coat, the swivel's on the top. And I try to dip it just enough to get to the top of the head. You start caking it on there, and it gets a little tougher to do a really clean shot. So here we go again. I'm going to take this one here, a little tube. And you can do these with eyes, with just the eyelets. If you're not that good at powder coating jig heads, and you're just doing a regular head, I mean, you can do that with the regular jig heads too. I see Crappie Man do that. I see a couple other people that do that, and it turns out really good. I paint mine to where I dip them in the powder coat at with the paint at an angle, and I dip it in there to where it just covers the head and not the eyelet. And it does get a little bit of paint on the shaft here, but that shaft is covered up by chenille and everything. So the only color I really have a tough time with is the black, because it's so dark in here. You see, and I do have other lights, but for the sake of the live stream, I don't have it on because it's really bright. And so when I'm doing a live stream, that's probably the toughest color to paint on a live stream. I'm going to take the tube, put it in there like that. Sometimes it won't push on there all the way, so you just go ahead and turn it around, flip it around, try the other side. If it doesn't work, don't throw the tube away, because you could always put the tube on that other side there. So I'll take a shorty over here, put it on there just like that. And when I dip it in the coating, remember, a swivel on the top if you're doing these at home. So how many do I have? 2, 4. Okay, we'll do 2 more. One, 2, 3, 4 packs of those. So I'm not going to put, I don't know, well, maybe I'll put eyes on them later on. But we're going to paint some more heads. And again, it may not go on there smooth. Don't throw it away or anything. And when you dip it in the powder coat, what happens is with the swivel, it'll drop down a little bit, and you should be okay with your paint. We got a new color we're going to be putting out this week. But there we go, just like that. Okay, we'll do one more, and then we're going to go ahead and paint some of these heads here. Tim, it's going to get interesting. Yes, it is. It is. Tim, we may need to run to your house, Tim, if you have a tornado shelter. If not, I may just crawl underneath the shop. Take cover. Imagine me being in the shop here taking cover, and you got all these hooks in here. You got all the hooks flying around the room. Here we go. Yeah, it is going to get interesting later. Just everybody out there, make sure to keep us in your prayers. Tim doesn't live too far away. He lives up in Oologah. We go to church up in Oologah. Okay, we're going to go shrink this back. We go to Harbor Church. Okay, come back to this. Now, let's see. What am I thinking of? I am thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do a red head. Let's go ahead and do a red head. So we've got the white. That's new for me. Yeah, pray that there be no tornadoes My wife's in Sequoia at a school. Hopefully nothing bad happens there either. Okay, here we go. We're going to turn this dude back on. Yeah, we've been needing to get a tornado shelter. We just don't have the money right now to get one. And, you know, my mother-in-law lives next door. She's lived there for over 30 years. We've never had a tornado come close, not even, you know, remotely close. And last year we had a tornado hit our town. We went right through downtown. And probably about a month or two ago, we had a tornado come pretty close to us. It's kind of scary. A couple of years ago, we had a tornado go just to the north of us, and it went through the Hawthorne camping grounds on Oologah Lake. And it tore up some trees. It wasn't a big one. Right now, we're sitting really good with inventory. We have a lot of everything in stock. We don't have the 64th, 80ths, and quarter ounces and 24ths, but as far as 1/32nd, 16th, and 8ths, we got a ton of them. It runs about $7,000, and yeah, it runs about $7,000, and that includes them installing it and everything. We just don't have that right now. And we could take a loan, but we're entering the slower time of the year, and I just don't know if we could, you know, if we did get it financed, how that would work out with, you know, because we're at the slowest in our summer months. And if this was like fall right now, if we were in September, October, we could probably finance one and pay it off early. But our budget's already tapped out business-wise. No, that's like a concrete one that sits above ground. It's basically a big concrete box, and what they do is they'll strap it down, and put these big old, I don't know what you call it, downriggers, I guess, or whatever, and they'll strap it to that, and the concrete's, I don't know, like 8 inches thick or something, that's reinforced with steel bars. They do have some that you could go in ground. Our aunt lives, I would have to say about a half block, or she used to live about a half block away. And we would go over there when the storms would hit. and she had an underground storm cellar, and so we would go in there. We've been in there a few times, but she moved away recently, so I feel funny about going. I don't want to go there and like, hey, can we jump in your storm shelter with you? To the new tenants. Oh yeah, yeah. We just had one here a year ago, and you still see the tarps over some of the roofs, and some of the roofs. I mean, some of these two-story homes that were kind of in the center of our town. The top floor was just totally lifted. I mean, I'd be happy with the above ground one. The above ground one would be awesome. The in ground one, I don't know how much those run. But, we're gonna probably have to wait till next year or something, but, we'll see how that goes. Okay, we got red, we need disco blue, a lot of disco blue. That's what we need, disco blue. Yeah, there's one, I think it priced out at like, it was like $7,100. And it fits, I think it fits like 8 to 10 people. And that's like one of the, I think it's one of the smaller ones. I do appreciate everybody in here. These are going to be disco blue. These are just the pill heads, 1/16 ounce. There we go. Those will be for what will they be for? They will be for the slick trick. Oh yeah. We do have insurance, but we live in a mobile home. We do live in a mobile home. And we do pay tornado insurance, yep. And we have insurance on our boat too, thankfully. Oh, I don't know how much that is. It's all included on whatever our home insurance and property insurance is. Yeah, some of the cost, when you do get a tornado shelter, some of the cost is how far away and we're kind of fortunate. Here in our town, I think there's 2 different companies that make tornado shelters that are based out of our town. They do also septic systems and stuff like that. And so with that being said, whatever tornado shelter we're in, it's just basically a big septic system that's been converted into a tornado shelter. But yeah, we have one. I think one of the companies is JT or JNT Septic and Tornado Shelters. The one that we were looking at, it kind of looks like a little, how they say, like kind of like a little portable building that you would park like your lawnmower and stuff in, but it's out of concrete, and it's pretty cool looking. That is disco blue. Yeah, you'll probably need to do that. Some of the homes that are out, like they were showing on TV, one of the shelters, they actually put it in the people's house. And these days, some of these people, when they're building their homes, they're just building a safe room slash tornado shelter, like on the first floor. And then you get some of these people that have a pre-existing house. What they'll do is they'll build like a small addition on the house that's basically out of concrete or steel. And they'll add that right smack next to the house. And there'll be, you know, like a door, you know, that everybody could run into. And either it's a safe shelter, you know, a safe room or a tornado shelter in their house. These are the disco blue heads. These will get green eyes on them. Yeah, I saw one of the houses that was hit with the tornado. I don't know what state it was in, but the people had just barely bought a tornado shelter. And the contractors that put it in, they put it right next to their house, and they kind of built the doorway, you know, from their living room or whatever room, and you know, into that little safe room. It's kind of like an addition built onto a house, and that was the only thing standing. The tornado took everything else out, you know, just wiped it clean. There was just a concrete slab and that little room that was there. So the cost on it's going to vary. A lot of companies, I don't know if there's a nationwide company that does tornado shelters, but out here it just seems like there's a lot of companies that do it, like in Tulsa and Owasso and all these towns around here. So we talked about powder coating, and like how I do it, I just tip the cup over, let the paint go diagonal, and then I dip it, and there's no paint on that. And there's some other people out there, like Crappie Man Jigs and some of these other guys. I think Wager Bait does the same thing too. They'll put a tube on there like that, and then they just dip it in there. Uh-oh. Like that. You see, and I didn't even really need that tube, you know. But it does make a cleaner head if you can get it done right. There we go. But yeah, that business is kind of big out here, tornado shelters, and I mean they do sell them as safe rooms too, in case you have like a home invasion or something, or you know you got something going on and you need to get the whole family in there. I mean, it could be also a private room too. So if you need some privacy, you know, you just came from Sonic and you got that chili dog. You don't want everybody knowing you're eating that chili dog. You don't want to share it. Just go to the safe room. Hey there, Dalton. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Hey there, Richard. Okay, let's do another color. Do we need more gold? We're always needing gold. Gold's been a hot color lately. Okay, we got Bumblebee. We need some, we got gray, disco blue, chartreuse. We'll do some more slim brims. You know what? Okay. I'm here thinking to myself. Just thinking. There we go. Hey, Slime, how you doing? Appreciate everybody on the live today. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tap up the likes. This is for the slim brim here. That'll get a red eye on there. Appreciate everybody today, guys. You guys have been good. We've been getting rained on. I don't know if it's still coming out. It's coming down. Kind of quieted down a little bit. Yesterday we had some pretty hard rain come down. Even little pellets of hail. I don't know if Woody's in here. Did you guys get held on? I thought Wayman would be in here with all the rain going on around us. So we are selling jig heads now, unpainted jig heads. We do have them right now just with the Aberdeen hook. And they are Eagle Claw. We're going to be putting out a Aberdeen with the mustad. And also we'll be putting out sickle hooks too pretty soon. Oh, I cannot speak. I moved over by Claremore. Oh, you did? Oh, you did too? Yeah. Yeah, ours was kind of like pea size. I don't know if it was nickel size. It's just little bitty bits. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, slime. I just saw that up there, man. Well, I hope you're doing good. I had a person, I sat right next to him at my son's graduation recently, and we got into talking about fishing, and he lives right on the lake. As a matter of fact, he has a dock behind his yard. I might take him up on it. He doesn't do any crappie fishing. He does mainly catfishing. And I might take him up on it. He's like, yeah, come on out anytime you want. And we just met each other. You know, he's inviting me out and everything. Guys, thanks for coming in. I hope everybody's doing fine, fine, fine. Yeah, that would be very nice. And because at Claremore Lake, when I do dock fishing there, a lot of the people just, you know, it's like they're wondering, like, what are you doing? And I'm talking to people, and they're standing next to me fishing and doing whatever they do, and some of them don't even want to be heard. They don't even talk when I go live. They just act all weird and stuff about it. And some of them don't want me to go live at the Claremore Lake at the dock because in their eyes, I'm bringing in people that will come to Claremore Lake and fish there, and they don't want to lose their fishing spot there on the lake, which is kind of odd. That's why the last couple of months I've been fishing there for free in some regards, because some of the guys that work there, they know I bring people to the lake and give it exposure, so they don't charge me. Okay, we're going to take these to the oven. We're going to cook them till the meat falls off the bone, till it's nice, juicy, and tender. Well, hello there. Is that popcorn? I don't know what that is there. That's odd. The likelihood is somewhat. Yeah, some people do come out because they're watching from Tulsa. They're watching from they're watching from places that they can drive there in 30 minutes, especially if they see me catch a big fish. And the people that fish there, how would I say? Sometimes they don't talk about things that are appropriate. So sometimes they don't talk about things And hola, ¿cómo está? Welcome in. Yeah, yeah, and they some of the people there just get really, you know. I mean, I had somebody tell me, they said, "Can you please not do that in here?" And with a really, you know, attitude or whatever. It's like, oh, they're free to talk about whatever, but I can't sit there and just with a mic on and just talk on the inside about fishing and stuff, you know. Okay, let's get this moved over. Okay, we're done with this part for now. We may come back here a little bit later on, but I'm going to take the phone over to the. Oh, no wonder I couldn't see the phone. I had my regular glasses on. Man, the trash man came by here early. Usually he comes here about 10, 11, 12 o'clock. I think he got here early to get away from the storms that are coming. That way he doesn't have to be out in the rain. But it's pretty windy out there. Let me go check up on a color. I want to make sure about something. Okay, we got the white out. We need 1/16. I don't have enough there for those. Got a few of these. One 32nds. Well, okay, let's get some of these going here. Need some white chenille. Need some white thread. We're going to do some of the Odysseys. The Odyssey is a color that I had started making for Tackle Bandit. And when we were in COVID and lockdown and all that kind of stuff, and material places were not producing material, this is one of the colors that I made because we couldn't find any silver chenille for, we weren't out for a long time, but I told Tackle Bandit that, hey, let's try this color. Let's see if it works. There's no telling when if I'm going to run out of silver chenille, so we added this color on. So he's had this color for about 3 years. Having issues with my chats not posting. Oh no. Like 3 times now? I'm sorry about that there, Slime. Okay, this is a 1/32 ounce. I want to add just a bit more onto this tail. I don't need much. Just the teents. That's all I need is the teents. You guys know what a teents is? Last night when I got off, I showered up and everything and got in the house to watch the last part of the Thunder game. I put this. We have a TENS unit. If you don't know what a TENS unit is, it's these sticky patches with wires on them, and they use electricity to stimulate muscles and everything there. And I actually felt pretty good after. I had that there for about an hour on my back. Them things do feel pretty good. See my headache for 2 months now. Oh no. Some issues with YouTube. Yeah, with me on our YouTube channel here on my phone, sometimes the messages don't come through and I just don't see them. So I have to click on the bottom right, and then I click the chat filter, and then I have to switch back and forth from all messages to top messages. And then all of a sudden you'll have like a whole host of messages pop through, and it's like, man, I've been missing out on all these messages. Can't gain subs or anything, but yet they push your what? Your shorts. Yeah, the shorts do get pushed out no matter what. They get pushed out pretty good. I don't get a lot of views on them. I don't think I even have a short with 1,000 views or anything. TikTok's different. The Stephen Turner, he puts out really good videos. If you guys don't follow him, it's the Crappie Man Jigs. He knows how to edit videos and a lot of stuff like that better than I do. And some of his videos sometimes find they're having a tough time getting traction on TikTok. I'll put a video up. I'm half asleep. I'll get like 150,000 views on it. You know. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's a lot. Yeah, I don't think I have a single short video with 1,000 views on them. Sometimes it's a matter of what time you put it on. I put out so many videos on whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that I'm just putting videos out all day. If I'm taking a break and I'm eating my lunch, a lot of times I'm either on the laptop editing a video, or I'm here, eating a sandwich and putting content up on my phone. And sometimes it's just a matter of what time of day. Sometimes if you put them in the evening when a lot of America's off work, you'll get a lot of hits that way. Like this live stream, I have it monetized. I have no music playing or anything. And I have clicked the monetization button to get it monetized. So when I get off this live stream, it'll load up, and usually about 2 or 3 o'clock, I'll have 3,000 to 5,000 views on it. But I check it later on, like at 10 o'clock tonight, this live stream, it won't have any more views. And that just tells me that they push out your live stream for an hour or two after you go off your live, and they don't push it anymore after that. Hey there, Stardusted. Yeah, and a lot of people, it's you know, it's just a matter of what time you put it out there, you know. Oh wow, yeah, I have videos like that here too. I'll have a video that's been sitting out there for 3 or 4 months. It may have 100 views, if that. My encouragement is don't get too down. And I've been doing live streaming and content creating for pretty much 5, 6 years already. And I mean, I was a content creator, 11 years ago or whatever too, you know, with Facebook. But as far as putting up videos and streams and stuff, I've only been doing it for maybe 5 years, if that. I should have been doing YouTube a long time ago. And I did put some videos out, but not a lot. Yeah, you just got to keep your head up, and if that's what you're wanting to do, and you know, go for it. Don't get too down. What happens to a lot of people is they get all depressed and sad, and then they just give up on it. Sometimes you got to change. Sometimes it's just about attitude. You know, do people want to watch somebody that's depressed and mopey? You know, sometimes you got to put that little smile in there, and even if you got an ugly face, you know, it's not a pretty face there, guys. Sometimes you just got to smile and go with it, and if you know, you got something that, you know. I got a friend of mine, and the fella has probably about 1.5 million followers between all of his streaming services. And he happens to be a little chubby. And his wife had said, just go with it. You know, who cares? You know, if you're making money on YouTube or whatever, and just go with it, and just, you know, because they, and his name is Chunky. Chunky Cat's Fishing. But anyway, he went with that. You know, he just wanted to be whatever, catfish, whatever, this or that. His wife just said, you know, if you know, don't take what people are making fun of you about and get critical on it. Just sometimes you just got to go with it, you know. Sometimes you just got to go with what you're given and work it out for the best. I almost went with the name El Guapo, but I didn't want to stick with it. They're posting as much. Yeah, sometimes you can post too much. Yeah. I try to post 1 video a day, 1 stream a day, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook. On Facebook, I'm putting about 2-3 videos, and they'll go towards reels. Usually, they don't always hit the mark as far as getting a lot of viewers, but I'm like, well, you know what? I got to keep posting there. I'm not going to overpost. I used to put out like 8 to 10 videos everywhere else. I like Ruben. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, I've seen Chunky. Yeah, we're not as close as we used to be. And I'm not going to get into that part, but his wife, at the time, he's not married to her anymore, had said, why don't you just go with Chunky? If they're making fun of you being chubby, just go with Chunky. And that's what he did. He changed his name to Chunky Cat's Fishing. Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes people, you know, and I feel for you on that. And sometimes you just gotta, you know, you got to keep talking. If and I'm not saying this of you. I've been in a couple of your streams, but I'm one of the things that I get some people on TikTok. They're like, how do I get more viewers? How do I do this? How do I do that? I don't know. I mean, I got over 100,000 followers on TikTok. I think it's like 110,000 or something. Sometimes I wake up and I'll have like 700 new followers there. And I'm like, okay, I went live most of the day before on TikTok, and I was lucky if I saw 20 people. But then I post 2 or 3 videos up, and it's like, boom, I have like 700 new followers. You know, you know, but I have friends of mine that go fishing, and you know, a couple years ago they were like, you know, can you give me some good criticism? And I'm like, well, you know, first of all, people want to see your face when you go fishing. They want to hear you talk, because if you have nothing but just 2 rods and you're showing 2 rods and nobody's saying anything and nobody sees anybody, some people just don't want to watch that, you know. And that's where, when I started watching chunky cats, I got into the mode of, whether I'm bank fishing or fishing on the boat, I always had the rods behind me where the people could see the rod bend. And again, I don't have the best photogenic, you know, personality or facial features. Some people get a lot of views because they happen to be good looking. Some people get a lot of views because they have a really good, they're great orators. They're just good speakers. What I've learned about my strengths is, if I keep talking and show the people I care, people know that I care, and so that's how you build up friendships and stuff like that. But everybody's different. Like what Dalton said, you got to be you. You know, you got to be you. But at the same time, not everybody's made to live stream and stuff, you know. If you ever watch TV and stuff, and you see movies, there's like a lot of actors out there. But there's a lot of actors that are really good actors. They just don't get the chances sometimes. And sometimes they don't know the right people. They don't know this and that. And sometimes it's that way with live streaming. You know, I'm not saying you got to know the right people or anything like that. But a lot of times you get people that they go live stream. Well, let me make sure my oven's off. Okay. They go live streaming, and and I've seen this happen a number of times with good results. You'll have 2 fishermen. They go fishing all the time together. They get no views hardly. But there's another fisherman that doesn't get good views, and these 2 fishermen over here, what they do is they start going fishing together, and what they do is they play off each other's strengths, and as they're playing off each other's strengths, they don't reveal the weaknesses as much. And people see that, hey, those 3 people that like fishing together a lot, and they do a really good job there. Another thing is, I've seen people, and I'm just going to use JR Fishing as an example. I don't know if you guys ever watched JR Fishing. They're fun to watch. They're good people, you know. I know sometimes when they do a long live stream, it's hard to be talkative to the audience, because you're out there fishing on a boat. You've been out there 3 hours. You're like, what do we talk about? We're not getting bites, you know. But if you could take those long live streams, and if you can download them and take some good spots and increments and post those up, that's really good for you. That'll benefit you quite a bit. But I've noticed with JR Fishing on TikTok, they would go fishing on TikTok. They were lucky if they had 5-10 people watching sometimes. And I tell you this, with Richard and Jamie, that's JR Fishing there, they catch a lot of fish. They catch a bunch of fish, you know, most of the time. They switched over to YouTube and started doing more YouTube stuff. And man, I bounced down there live one day and they had like 120 people watching them, you know, and I'm really happy for them. I like seeing the person and the water. I can't see them then. Yeah, that's with a lot of people. If they're not hearing a voice, if they're not getting a good narration of what's going on, you know, again, you know, that all the people are seeing is they're just seeing that. And nobody likes to watch, nobody likes a bunch of dead silence, a dead air. People want it, they came in to watch you. What do they want to watch? They want to watch you. Some people are really good talkers. They share really good stories. And it's not all about the fishing as much as it is the personality that's in them. Now, you get some fisher people that fish. I say fisher people because you got men and women. You got a young, sexy lady out there. And sometimes as I'm flipping channels on TikTok, and I'm not in the live stream, but I click on there because I want to see how many people are watching. And you got this young gal out there, and I say young, she's probably 30 or so. And I click up there to see what her audience is, and it's all dudes. There's nothing but dudes watching, you know. So I get back out of there. So, you know. Taniqua, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a long time. You're out in Louisiana, aren't you? Yep. I leave dead air. Yeah. Nobody wants to watch. You know, nobody wants to just listen to. You know, that's the sound of silence. Yes, I am. I'm probably going to start growing this. My wife doesn't like me she doesn't like me looking younger than her. No, she's a lot younger than I am. Oh, you're in Arizona? Yeah. Oh, Slime Time. I think he's out in Louisiana. Are you, or are you in West Virginia? I can't remember your accent. Sometimes some people in West Virginia sound like they're from Louisiana. Oh, North Carolina. Golly, for some reason. Oh, my goodness. I had you all pegged out wrong, man. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, if there's a lot of drama going on, and I've been on streams where I've gone and some people, sometimes they want to run a podcast on TikTok or YouTube or one of these other live streaming, whether Facebook too, and they want to run these fish talks or these they want to do a like a podcast every Tuesday, every Sunday, every Saturday, whatever they do, and they'll have like 5 or 6 people in the box, and sometimes all these arguments start popping out, and I'm not one to, I don't really get into the whole vibes thing. Hey, let's watch Ruben Flores because he's all good vibes. You know, I'm just me, you know, so, you know, that's all I can say. But sometimes I'll get asked to come in as a guest and share about our business and do we have any new products out or anything like that. And then you got all these other fishermen in there, and they're all griping and moaning and groaning. And it's like, oh my goodness, what did I just step into? I need to get out of here. I don't want to watch this stuff. But some people like watching drama. Some people, they like watching the Jerry Springers and the you know, they like watching that kind of stuff. Me, I don't. I just want to get out of there. But I'll tell people this story here, and this is a story that For the longest time, when I was a pastor at a church, or we were church planting, and you're planting a brand new church, and just say you're planting a brand new live stream, okay? We'll just kind of correlate those two things together. Well, I play guitar. I also sing. I don't know if you've ever seen my shop. I do have a guitar hanging up. Do I have the best voice in the world? But no. But when you're planting a church and you're doing ministry and there's no one to do music, you got to do what you got to do to lead people in music, you know, and lead worship. And if there was somebody else that was a better worship leader, I just step away and wouldn't lead worship anymore. I'm not saying, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. If God's called you to do it, it may take some time, but there'll be some fruit in the end, you know, and sometimes you won't get to see the fruit. But what I'm saying is sometimes you just got to find out what you're really good at and what you're not good at, and focus on the things that you're really good at. And the things that you're not that good at, sometimes you just got to make do with what you have. But you just got to be positive and all that, you know. And how I gain my positivity thing, or how I see things positive in a life, is because I do have a spiritual. I'm a Christian. I'm a born again Christian. I got the Holy Spirit living in my body, in my soul. And I don't want to look at things in a bad way. You know, if I found out tomorrow I had cancer, I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to get to go see God earlier than some other people are. You know, some other people would see that as being morbid, but I'm like, hey, I get to go see Christ, you know, get to turn. And it's not about manufacturing something and being a good spinner or anything like that. I do really, really believe and I don't have to push myself to have a good day, because every day is a good day. You know, if every day is a good day, you know, it's kind of like waiting at the stoplight. You know, it's going to turn green. If you're having not that great of a day, it's going to get better, or it could get worse. You know, no, not morbid, just logic. Yeah, you know. Sets off my PTSD. I have some. If some of you guys don't know, well, on not on this live stream that I'm doing right now, I've shared on other platforms about, and it's not PTSD. It's just stuff that reminds me of bad stuff, but I just get around it, you know. Hey, it's my friend Remington, my brother in Christ there. I never see fishing lives in the lives swipes. Yep. Yeah, and again, it's I don't try to spin things in order. I just have a really good outlook on how everything's going to be. Do I get down at times? Yeah, I get down. You know, but not that bad, you know. I recently saw another hand-tied company that was featured on one of the stores that I sell lures to. You know, for probably about 5 minutes, I just kind of thought, I'm like, well, that means I'm not going to sell as many jigs there, but on the other side of that, I just thought, well, you know what? If I can't sell jigs, I don't need to be in the jig business, you know? We sell jigs. We sell a bunch of jigs, but if I'm not going to sit there and worry about one store or anything like that, you know? Oh, we're going to go fishing for a little bit. Did you get the day off, or did you call in sick? Because if you're sick, nothing gets you better than holding a fishing rod. Once you put your hand on that fishing rod, That sore throat goes away. That cough, that sneeze, that even in some cases the fever will go away. You know, I'm running 102-degree temperature. What do? I pick up a fishing rod. Found out you get hepatitis, you go out and get yourself a fishing rod. Taking my dad to his doctor's appointments. Oh, yeah. You got your dad sitting there with you? Well, hello, Daddy. It allows you to not be around people. Yeah, it does. Fishing does. It's a good. Sometimes fishing soothes the elements going on in your life. Hey there, Dewey. I am tying the Odyssey jig. This is a jig that we have in one tackle store, and that's Tackle Bandit. And I'm tying some, just making back, you know, making inventory. Well, you know what, Dalton? You need to put a fishing rod in your dad's hands. I'm just kidding about that, Dalton. Get him to the doctor. Get him to the doctor. But you know what? A fishing rod would help him out too. Get him out on the water. Not really good place that I know of. And so, yeah, where do you go? To Lake Havasu, or is that where you like? Is that where you go catch a lot of fish at? Yeah, I got a friend of mine on TikTok. I think he's been on my channel here a few times here on YouTube, and he goes by Arizona Big Man, and I think his name is Daniel. I cannot remember his last name. Oh yeah, I'm going to be getting off here in just a bit. This will probably be my last one. I'm going to take a break here, go refill my coffee, and I'll be on here, you know, for the most part all day long. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. And spread sunshine all over the place. So put on a happy face. So slime time. Live streams are gonna pick up. So put on a happy face. Algorithm's gonna straighten up. So put on a happy face. Watch everything. Arizona. I took my boat various lakes. Oh yeah, you used to live in Arizona? Yeah. I got a couple of friends that I'm friends with them on TikTok that they live out there in Arizona, and they have flatheads, they have channel cats, they don't have blue cats. We have blue cats out this way. That's a really good thing. Yeah, some of them go out and they do a lot of carp fishing out there too. Well, the sunshine's starting to pop out a little bit, but this afternoon it's going to get pretty bad, pretty bad. Put on a happy face and spread sunshine all over the place. All righty, we will see you guys later. Or we'll see you later, and I will see you guys later. Thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to take a little break here. I will be back here shortly. Appreciate everybody watching this morning. And we will catch you guys later. Thanks again for watching. You guys be good. God bless.